This is the 2015 Victory Magnum X-1. Victory souped up their existing Magnum with a custom paint job, gorgeous aluminum wheels, a crazy super bright LED headlight, and a booming 200-watt 10-speaker stereo system. The Magnum X-1 has this beautiful 21-inch front wheel and comes with Victory's standard 106 cubic inch 1740cc V-twin. It has a 6-speed transmission, and by itself, the bike weighs in at 778 pounds dry. Add a full tank of gas to the 5.8-gallon tank, and you're pushing well over 820 pounds. Damn, that's big. Brand new from the dealership, the motorcycle costs a whopping $24,500. Damn, that's steep. I had the opportunity to take the Victory Magnum X-1 out for a nice long ride. I'll start off with my first impressions from the ride, then I'll end this video with my final thoughts.
You put the magic in me. I feel the magic going. Do what we do.
Okay, so I'm on the Victory Magnum X-1, boy. Sound is no barrier. And first impression, I had to turn down the volume because I had the volume up a little bit, and yeah, you definitely can hear the system on this thing. Man, nice. Even the stock pipes on this thing sound pretty good. But it's a bagger, and it's a bit, you know, so it's a bigger bike than what I'm used to. But the seating position on this bike is, I mean, you're upright, but you're leaned forward a little bit. It's weird. It's, you know, because you got your feet on floorboards, you know, so no pegs. So the seating position is great, but the handlebars are a little bit forward, so you're kind of leaned forward a little bit, which makes it a little more aggressive. Which is, I mean, weird for a bagger. I don't know if this is like a touring bike, though. I wouldn't say that. They are marketing it, I think, to probably a younger crowd, because it's kind of badass. It's a bagger, but it's cool. You know, it's a bagger, and you're kind of a little bit more lean forward, so you're a little more aggressive in your riding position. But it's a bagger. I mean, it's cool, man. I mean, I like it. It's not for me, you know. I just rode the cross country, and that one is very comfortable compared to this one. And this one's just not as comfortable. So knee position on the bike, I mean, feels fine. It's, you know, the tank doesn't feel overly big. Foot position on the floorboards, I'm sorry, feels fine. Here's my thoughts on the bike. I mean, it feels like, and this is gonna sound like a diss, man. I feel like I'm sitting on a toilet. You know, I really do. I feel like I'm sitting on a toilet because my feet are in a position where I feel like I'm sitting in a seat, but I'm leaned forward a little bit, and and it feels like I'm sitting on a toilet. You know, I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, it's got plenty of power. It's more torquey than the cross country that I rode. So here's one thing I noticed about this Magnum, Victory Magnum X-1, that low speeds, it was a little harder for me to maneuver, to be totally honest with you. And it's probably because of my lack of skills at low speed maneuvers. But it was harder. You know, it is what it is. It was harder for me to maneuver. I rode the Victory cross country and forgot to turn my camera on, but I rode the Victory cross country, and that was by far the easiest bike to handle, man. I mean, load speed maneuvers, that thing was easy to handle. It was great. Made me feel like an expert at low speed maneuvers. But the Victory Magnum X1, man, not as easy to handle. I don't know what that's about, but certainly it was noticeable.
Obviously, my impressions from the ride speak volumes as to my thoughts on the 2015 Victory Magnum X1. For me, the most noticeable issue with the bike was the funky handlebars. Now, to be fair, I came to find out that this demo model was fitted with mini 8 bars meant to showcase the badassery of the bike. I'd later learned that the bike normally comes standard with ape hangers. The other negative was the lack of maneuverability at low speeds. At first, I thought it was my lack of skill, but after riding a few other baggers and touring bikes on this demo day, I feel confident saying that the issue was the bike itself. Now, as far as positives, the bike has Victory's standard 1740cc engine that provides more than enough power. And visually, the bike is an absolute work of art. It's got that rebellious, youthful bad boy look that is obviously targeting a younger crowd. And this makes sense, since I understand that the Street Glide bagger by Victory's competitor Harley-Davidson is #1 in sales to young people. And the sound system, holy crap, that 200-watt system? My God, it's like you're riding atop an old school 80s boombox. Despite the looks, the power, the sound system, I can't say that I'd want to own this particular bike. That said, I can't definitively say that I wouldn't like it with a different set of bars. Now, as I like to say, I'm just one guy who rode this motorcycle for a total of 30 minutes or so. If you've ridden, or better yet owned, the Victory Magnum X1, please share your comments. Do you agree with my opinions or disagree? Your feedback, both positive and negative, is valuable and appreciated. Anyway, check it out, the 2015 Victory Magnum X1.
It's a positive neutral. You're all the way down into first. When you're stopped, you pop it up. The only place it's going to go is neutral.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Oh yeah. Huh. That's cool.
In 11, they reworked the transmission.
Yeah.
That to where when you're stopped and you're all the way down in first and you pop it, the only
Yeah.
place it's going to go is neutral.
That's nice.
Even if it's second,
Yeah. That's cool, yeah.